Welcome again to the Stephen Parker Show. Of course, I'm your host, Stephen Dwayne Parker. I'm Texanita's son, y'all. And as always, I thank God for his grace, his mercy, and his favor that's all over my life. I always say, if it had not been for the Lord who was on my side, where would I be? Well, it's time to welcome another author. It's Authors Month here on the Stephen Parker Show, and I have a brilliant young man with me today. He is gonna be a best-selling author on Amazon, and he has written over 110 books. He is also my longshoreman brother. Go ILWU. These are two of his wonderful books. Do You Go to Church? A book about discovering Jesus Christ, and 50 years of hip hop and God, and they're on his website. His website is byscott.org, byscott.org. He's here with me today. He's none other than author Stanley Scott. What's up, man?
What's up, Steve? Good to see you, Steven.
Good to have you back, man. Last time you were here, man, I was so intrigued by your journey in writing, man, and people were like, God, this guy wrote 110 books. Where did writing start for you in your life, man?
Well, writing started for me, of course, in school.
Yes.
And then, well, in fact, before that, church.
Church.
give an honor to God, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And the family helping me write speeches.
Wow.
Easter speeches.
Yeah.
Christmas speeches. There's no mystery, right?
All of that.
Where that talent
Yes,
comes from, right?
absolutely.
That's how you get started with writing and get comfortable public speaking.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Yes, sir.
That all starts in church.
Yes, sir. So you one day you were sitting and said, I need to put a book together. That don't just drop out of the sky. You know, something had to inspire you to say, I want to be an author. When did you first put pen to paper and start putting together all of these wonderful books that we see around us? He's written all of these books, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. So what started was in school, right? Always stay educated, right?
Yes, sir.
So in school, there's a need and necessity to stay updated, stay fresh on information, stay fresh on technology and how to use. We're not sitting at typewriters right now.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
So life gets a little easier.
Yes, sir.
Right? So if you got a thought, you can put it in black and white. So of course it started in school, putting together my assignments, 3-4 pages, essays, documents, discussions posts, minimum 500 words, and then minimum number of pages with references. And I said, you know what? All this information in my drive is just going to go away if I don't do something with it. Yeah.
So you start writing books,
Yeah,
man.
one of the first ones I wrote was Public Health in the Bible.
Wow.
Right? Now this one right here, I'm a public health major. So I said, you know what? Public health has 10 essentials.
Yes.
And we got 10 commandments. Let's see if any of that connects.
Wow.
That's where it started.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then tell us another one about another one that you wrote that you really feel is going to be poignant to people when they read it.
Okay, so
Let's talk about this one, 50 Years of Hip Hop. I want to talk about that and God.
this is one of my best-selling books.
Is it?
It's 50 Years of Hip Hop. That's the shirt I got. 50 Years of Hip Hop. But it's not just talking about 50 years of hip hop. It's talking about the aspect of God has played in hip hop and in the roles of the artist.
Tell us about that. I never really heard that perspective of hip hop with God infused in it.
Hip hop is about hope, giving hope to the community. Right. Initial hip hop was about giving hope for the change for social justice. Right.
Wow.
Yeah, call and response, we got that from the church.
Yes.
All right. So when it comes to God and people just displaying their faith, I mean, we had situations where people would go all out their way to wear big crosses, rappers, crosses on their back, right? DMX making huge prayers out to the Lord.
Yes.
On his albums, right? So some of this is documenting all of that, right? So now we're talking about faith. Right, and belief in the change, that things will change. So, yeah.
Wow, and again, man, I most of us who think about hip hop, we think about DMX who died tragically. We think about Biggie and Tupac, who both were killed during their lives as they were doing hip hop. So how do you make one who's reading your book say, you know what, hip hop has something to do with God? How do you pull that out of there? How do you peel that out of hip hop?
always take a look at different rappers who profess their faith, right? Talking about Kanye, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sunday service, right?
Right.
Which different rappers make it a point to profess their
Yeah.
faith? Even Lamar right now,
Right.
different album. He's got the album cover with the crown, with the crown of thorns.
Wow. Yeah.
It has never gone away.
Yeah.
You know, it's peace. Each individual rapper takes their own opportunity to profess something greater than them, a divine presence in their lives.
Yes, sir.
For us, we call it God, right?
Yep.
For other people still in the searching era, right? They're describing that path for them.
Yeah.
And that journey for them.
Yeah. And so you're a minister.
I'm not a minister.
You're not a minister. Okay. Let me not put that on you. Maybe
I am the chair for the ministry to men at Bell Chapel in San Francisco, CME Church. Our pastor, Reverend McGriff. Yes.
Nice, nice. Well, I say that because you carry yourself that way. You know, you are never reluctant to pray. You know, you're always being encouraging and kind. You know, and you're always keeping people in your prayers when they're going through something. So that's why I identify you. And sometimes it's even not the title. You know,
Yes.
It's the walk that people notice. But I said that to say most of your writing involves some spiritual / religious aspect, you know, that you bring. Is that intentional, or that will always be, or do you write outside of that?
It's always intentional. There's always a spiritual principle, right? We talk about the fruit of the Spirit, and there is always a context of what God has for us, right? So, in the beginning, I did spiritual principles, 12, 100, brotherly love, kind, compassion, service, and added scripture to it. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
How about I just break it down and put one into each book? Right?
Nice.
Right?
Nice.
Just break it down like that, right? So this one is having hope again. We're talking about the future.
Frontiers of the Future, 10 Stories of Tomorrow. Wow.
When you're talking about the future, we always talk about hope.
Right.
Right? Tomorrow
Right.
is hope.
Tomorrow's hope.
Tomorrow's
Do you
hope.
go to church is one. This is on his website, a book about discovering Jesus Christ. And this will help the believer and the non-believer, or how does this, what would this book do?
This one is specifically for families beginning to attend church. Right? And starting to learn about Jesus Christ. So, of course, again, faith, right? But family as well. This one is intertwined with family. So, last time I was here, and some of the things you asked me what I wanted to do, I wanted to animate some of these.
Yes, yes. And you've been working on
I've
that.
been working for it. I paid for it. I came on my project, paid
Your
for it.
dreams cost sometimes,
They
right?
cost,
I
right?
understand.
But it's a learning lesson, right? Because one thing leads to another. So this book, Do You Go to Church? You can find it on YouTube, the animation.
The animation. It's literally animated.
It's literally animated.
Oh, wow.
It's about 3 minutes long.
Wow.
So is this one, Shadows of Eternity.
Nice.
Animated.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I love that.
Yeah, you can find these images animated.
And you put all of that together.
Yes.
Brother, you know, there's somebody watching out there, and you might have a child. You yourself might be an aspiring author, and it just, you know, inspires me that you are doing what you're doing, and people can see that this really can. Look at all of this. Look at all of your handiwork, man, all of your writing, all of the things that have come out of you, man. It is incredible, man. How do you feel? Are you proud that you put all of this stuff together, man?
I feel accomplished. Proud is what other people tell me.
Okay,
Right.
that they're proud of you,
Mhm.
which I am. Yes, sir.
Thank you. I feel accomplished because the thought, or I'm in Sunday school or Sunday service, and God can speak to me about the idea, and I can manifest it. The art of execution,
Yeah,
of bringing it to material.
yeah.
You know, and now the other part about how putting it online, getting it on Amazon, getting it out there to the people and stuff like that is a whole. That's why I do my best meeting with people face to face at festivals, events, maybe even
Yes,
at
sir.
work, church,
Yes, sir.
and they'll let me know which books that they're looking for, that they want.
I like
And
it. I like
and
it.
the interaction with people when you sign in a book, telling somebody, this book is about the future. This book is about the aspect of God and hope. This one, family and making music with Marcus. And it's nothing like it.
I love it, man. I'm sure that it's going to bless people and it's going to make you feel fulfilled. I got my man Stan Scott here. Here's his website. Do me a favor, go and buy his books for him and be a blessing to him. I want him to know that his work is not in vain and that all of this writing, somebody is going to benefit from it, man. I am so honored to always have you on the show. I want you to go, like they say in the music world, I want you to go platinum with your book. I want you to go Amazon bestseller, New York Times bestseller, brother, because you are sincere about what you're writing. And if you guys read some of his writings, which I have, you will feel your sincerity, man. Say something to the people, that young boy or that young girl, who may be listening and they don't even know the beginning or how to start, processing writing a book and getting the binding and finding a publisher and putting all the pieces together to get a book. Talk to them and tell them something that can encourage them.
The first thing I would tell you is start today, not tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
The next thing is God loves you, so make each day count.
Yes, sir.
Right? That's the main thing. You can
Yes,
go
sir.
to YouTube, you can go to Google, you can email, you can get in touch with Steve, you get in touch with me, and just ask questions. Just ask questions on what you would like to do.
Yeah.
So right now, I'm putting together the how-to, put your writings in a Google document and edit it and format it with and everything. So there's always information readily available. And when you see somebody else who's an author, stop and ask them, how'd you get started?
Wow.
What was your process?
Right,
So
right.
I would always say, God loves you, so make each day count. Start today, not tomorrow.
Start today and not tomorrow. Look at all of these wonderful books. Just go and just look at some of these books. Again, his website is byscott.org. You can follow him. Give him all your social media sites, your Facebook, and all that great stuff.
My Facebook is Stanley Scott Jr. You can also type Stanley Scott Jr. in Google, and you'll get my YouTube pages. You'll get my my Amazon. A lot of these books that you see here are also on digital e-copy. So when you go to Google Books or you go to Play Store, just type one of these titles in Play Store, and you can get the audiobook and press play, and you can buy the audiobook. So BYSSCOTT.
Yes, sir.
That's on Google Play Store. It's on Amazon. It's on Kindle. It is on YouTube as well.
Yes, sir.
So, like, my website and my first and last name, Stanley Scott Jr. So,
Yes, sir.
yeah, BYSSCOTT.org.
Yeah, here it is.
There it is. Or Stanley Scott Jr.
Stanley
So
Scott
if you see-
Jr.
If you see any of these titles, just type Stanley Scott Jr. next to it on the bottom, and it should pop up.
And it should pop up, man. So
So
what?
it's on TikTok as well.
TikTok.
It's on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
YouTube. Let's see, Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then most of those places you can just tap the link and it'll take you straight to the book. So if you go, what I changed since last time, if you go to BYSSCOTT.org, I put the link to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these books. So
Nice.
As soon as you go to the website, you just tap the link and it'll take you to the purchase cart.
I love it. I love it. Put it in the comments that you're going to BYSSCOTT and get one of his books, .org, and get one of his books. Man, let me say this to you before we get out of here. A lot of people want the audio as opposed to picking up a book like they used to do, and just read. What do you think about that? Do you think there's a difference, or do you get more out of it if you pick it up and read it, or if you just listen to the audio while you're cleaning up your house or something like that?
I think the voices that I choose to play the audio sometimes make the difference.
Ah,
Yeah, I got my first few books. I used to go in the studio and do the audio myself, and then I had an opportunity to have an audio generated for each book. So I choose each book that helps narrate each one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I think that's helpful. Now it's in Play Store and it's in Google Books. So I would say get the book and get the audio. So while the book is reading out loud to you, you can follow along and you can annotate like we do in school, right? You can annotate, you can make notes, you can put 8 circles, what stands out to you
I
in
love
the
it.
physical copy.
I love
and
it.
You can listen to it on your headphones or in the car and bookmark your favorite sections.
I love it,
So
man.
yes,
I love it.
I don't suggest anyone shy away from the audiobook.
Yes, sir.
But make sure if you go for this, get the physical and the audiobook.
Yeah,
And
get them all.
enjoy them all.
I love it. Who's Lakeisha Scott?
Oh, that's my little sister.
Your little
that's
sister. What's up,
My
Keisha?
little sister, Lakeisha Scott Williams,
Lakeisha?
and my mom, Barbara Scott Williams.
Yeah.
My biggest supporters, right? They get on me because I'll bring them to them before I hit the public button for the proofreading. And what do you think? And this idea.
Yes, sir.
And Mom said, well, who are you trying to reach?
There you go. Mama gonna always ask the right questions.
Yeah.
Shout out to your mother, man, and your little sister. Veronica's on there. Shout out to all you guys. You guys support somebody else's dream because God will bless your dream if you support someone else's dream. I gotta thank my special guest, my longshoreman brother. We are Idell. Hi, hello, local 10 until the end. And so we're always gonna support each other because we are family. Thank you guys for always supporting me. You guys please go to this website. Buy a book. Be a blessing because you never know how that would encourage somebody. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Stephen Parker Show. Say bye to my people, man.
Goodbye, everybody. Be well. God bless.
And we will see you guys next time right here on the Stephen Parker Show. Guess what, y'all? I'm out of here.